whatever to you whenever you're watching this episode of the St. Cloud Moron Show. I am your host, Dylan. This is my co-host, Tommy the Spurg Snake. How are you doing this morning, Tommy?
Pretty good. Slightly irritated, but that's just waking up.
Slightly irritated because you didn't hit the goal. Luckily, you didn't go full nuclear like our subject, the man who we are all jumping on the bandwagon to goof on, Aaron Imholte. He kind of has had a quiet week compared to the past few months. He hasn't done anything outrageously foolish, but he's still begging. And actually, we're starting off with someone else who kind of has been begging. I guess Gino Bisconti. I've always been fascinated by, thanks to Red Bar and his coverage on Flat Broke Gino. Before I go too far, A. Smith with a fantastic play on words. The thumbnail this week, as you saw during the opening, is Aaron Imholte's face over Michael Douglas on Falling Down, but it's more like Failing Down. Fantastic pun there, sir.
Love it. Yeah, that's exactly what we're here for, is good wordplay.
Or shitty wordplay. That's why we've got Duke Phillips on the board to acknowledge that sometimes that wordplay here on a live stream does not go quite as well as I was hoping. So,
or for me either. This past Sunday, I tried to make a joke and I ran out of gas, and Duke Phillips had to. I know he was right over my shoulder.
That was one that I was initially going to look for from Major League, just a bit outside, gets the point across, but not as perfectly as when I stumbled across. Where's the joke?
Yeah, where's the joke is more accurate for me.
So we've got Gino Bisconti here. He is a periphery player. Instead of jumping right into Aaron, I enjoy what goes on with Gino. I feel like that he was the charity case of Compound Media because did he bring in any views? I do believe that Chrissy brought in something with her show over on Compound Media. And now Compound Media no more, merged with Censored.tv. Basically, Gavin McGinnis was buying Anthony and then helping him clean up his friend network. And it's good to be a friend, but not on Anthony's wallet. I think he quoted $800,000 that he had to put into Compound Media. So it was good for Anthony, good especially for people like Gino. But now Gino, I think he's flipping out a little bit, as this video by Stallion19 shows us.
Right.
This close to changing everything and the pay scale and whatever. Because look, I love the super chats, I love the generosity, but I, again, hold on to the old model. Well, Gene, you got to change. Fuck, I do. I change when it calls for change. I do. But if you guys are telling me that I'm giving this shit away for free, you're like, well, yeah, it's on YouTube. We'll super chat, but you don't. And look, I love everyone. I do. And
you can hear the panic in his voice because he had a cush gig there with Anthony paying him no matter what, as Principled Uncertainty is pointing out his drinking buddy and maybe a contact elsewhere. Gino had him. And it is never too early for a flat broke Gino. I've got to test that to see. I don't think that Mike David has cornered the market and will strike people on that jingle. We've mentioned it plenty of times. The flat broke Gino drop, which that's immediately what I will think every time that I see Gino Bisconti.
The Red Bar is another one that's got a strange relationship with the Clippers. Like, he'll allow it to a degree, but at a certain, if you don't like you, he'll come after you. I think that was going on before.
Because
he went in hard on Gino.
Completely. He didn't strike down people who put out all his flat broke Gino material. So thank you, Red Bar. And he definitely let the Clippers go on the Count Kumia stuff. Red Bar really coining that phrase. I think our next video, Aaron will try, very much like Stuttering John and Pelican. Anthony, bite less. Yeah, that was funny many years ago, but Aaron seemed to get more of a kick out of it in 2024 than he should have.
Yeah, I agree. You just reminded me. Yeah, it's been years since that happened, and there's more to go after other than just him biting that chick. That was even after that. He got catfished. Kumia did, buying an iPad for a possibly underage person, and other things like that. So there, if you want to scumbag up Kumia, there's way more than just biting and losing his gun. It was the same with Stuttering John too, and Artie. Like John would always bring up the shittiest shit to Artie to like try to own him.
And as Principled Uncertainty points out, he doesn't hate Gino, but as a guest, he's unbearable. And when I've seen him as a guest, he's very similar to Aaron, going after that 1999, dropping the F bomb with a hard got, dropping N bombs. My favorite, of course, we've mentioned before, is Sarah J., the porn star, being offended and believing, and I agree with her, that her movies where she would scream out, F me N-bomb, has more artistic merit than the way that Gino uses that word.
Yeah, that is an excellent point. Because at least it's like you said, in a scene, he's just using it to be edgy again.
You can call absolutely stand-up is an art form, and well, we're not seeing his stand-up when he's saying it. We're seeing him as a guest of trying to be that 1999 man, which is why I will probably always lump him in with Aaron, who loves being 1999 man.
Yeah, dude, so trapped in the past, it's strange. I mean, I'm deliberately doing it. I'll like throw on a Hurley shirt and some, they're out of reach now, but like Oakley sunglasses and look like Bugface or Neo from The Matrix. But like, it's kind of out of irony. And no, that's still who I am. There's no evolution here.
I'm trying to be fucking, money is like blood in the body. Money flows to, here, I'll read to you from my favorite verse, okay? Here is a simple technique you may use to multiply money in your experience. You ready? Use the following statement several times a day. I like money. I love it. I use it wisely, constructively, and judiciously. Money is constantly circulating in my life. I release it with joy, and it returns to me multiplied in wonderful ways. It is good and very good. Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance, although now I say avalanches of abunches.
Reading from Leviticus.
Because Garrett said it once and they're hilarious. I use it for good only, and I'm grateful for the good and for the riches of my mind. That is a wonderful statement from, of course, Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy.
Money will make its way to me. A book to help you get rich in your mind, so hopefully, physically, in the real world, you will get rich.
The fantasy is never going to be a reality if you don't move.
I think, Tracy, the headbands might be a bald spot concealer. I think he's a bit thinning and looking cooler than having a bald spot. I think he's going with the headbands.
Yes, he's very much Bret Michaels in this regard.
Oh, yeah. That VH1 show where he was just banging all those ladies, and then at some point, finally seeing him without that headband, like, oh, that's why that never comes off.
Yeah, it's the same with Gino. I seen him without it once. And you ever see those elongated alien skulls? Like where they would like make it like a cone
like the
point?
natives that will
Yeah.
do that, and it looks like the alien skulls.
Yeah, that's all Gino. He's wrapping his head and he's elongating his brain. He's trying to improve his subconscious powers.
Bigger skull, bigger brain, more knowledge to make that money a reality.
Exactly.
But I'm telling you, well, the shit I give away, and like, look, if all of the 150 people that usually come here, hey, I love the members only chat, by the way. If they all were just $5 members.
This is what really tickled my fancy. This is Aaron Imholte talk. The 150 people, $5 a piece. Can you do the math for us? That's $750 if I am doing the math in my mind correctly. $750 a month. That's all I need. I'm not asking for it every single day.
Yeah, no, this is what I need, and I need you guys to do it. Also, I agree with principled uncertainty. No pension.
You know, 10
Keep on dreaming. Keep dreaming, baby.
Dream On, the HBO series from the late 80s. I do remember, I forget if that one had boobies or not, but it did have clips from old TV shows. So now that's stuck in my brain since the phrase
great.
Dream On was used. I'll try not to be like Aaron Imholte and just smash that reference into the ground.
I'm trying not to
members,
pull a
you
Ray.
paid eight.
I don't want to sing Dream On by Aerosmith either.
I have been pointing that out of when I get the urge to sing a song, and it's like, nope, that was douchey.
Don't do it.
I will acknowledge that I thought about being douchey, so you can throw the tomato in my general direction. But you don't need to hit me, because I caught myself.
Exactly.
$8 and I don't go on Patreon because I don't want to get in the way of Garrett and Steve. I want to make my own way. I don't want to get in the way of them. I don't. But when I hear someone like, hey, I don't have the money for the membership, if you don't have $5 a month, you got to reassess your fucking life. If you don't have $10 a month for the guy, I'll say it, for the guy that gave you
I don't have any money. How can you not have any money to give me money so one of us has money?
I know, the logic is flawless.
1,247 in hot water episodes for, do the math, for $1 a month, because you got me, you got Cumia, you got Bill, you got fucking Pat Dixon. $1 a month for 8 years. I was giving it to you, and I'm sorry if I'm being mean, but
That's a hell of a run. I was part of a television show for 4 seasons that absolutely nobody watched. And when it was canceled, I was very disappointed. But the ride is over. The 8-year ride is over. And one of the dollars a month that you paid for Compound Media was for Gino, one of them for Chrissy. I like that he's worked out the math on this.
Yeah, good deal.
Pay $1 a month for me. Pay $5 a month for me, please, now.
Yes, you're paying 5 times for 1/8 of the content.
you cheap fucks. Not you help rep for leather. And I'm working on getting your drive TIM. But I don't have time for this. It flows to me in, thank you, smartass. It flows to me in avalanches of abundance. And I'm telling you, in the next couple weeks, there's a good chance I'm just going to make my fucking show members only all the time. And it's going to be like a flat $20 rate.
Okay,
Jesus.
So no longer $5 a month. No one is seeing it for free, and now it's up to $20 a month. That's a hell of a leap from 1 to 5 to 20 in just a couple of sentences there.
Yeah, no kidding. You were 100% spot on. He was panicking. He's panicking. And Gino's in the same situation I think Joey C is in right now. They don't have time to cultivate a good audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, the money's not flowing in enough for them to justify what they're doing. They need to go get a job, Aaron included, like Instacart or DoorDash or something that can do a shift a day around the show, you know, except in Aaron's case, I think Aaron should be selling used cars or
I've got
furniture.
a piddly little job, and luckily the schedule that I made works around my piddly little job that helps me pay those bills. It's funny that we all see Aaron as a salesman of some sort. I see him selling furniture. You see him selling cars. But he's got that certain quality about him to really be a shyster salesman.
Yeah, that's it right there. You know it. I want to get him a thrift store jacket. I want to get him a jacket from the thrift shop.
Oh yeah, I have a nice jacket here, a nice 1970s shitty tweed jacket I've broken out a few times. That's the one he should be wearing.
Oh yeah.
I actually saw Doug Stanhope perform stand-up in a ugly tweed jacket just like this. It made me laugh when I found it.
Nice.
$100 tier, because I'll tell you something else. This is another thing you get for free, okay? And I'm sorry if I'm going to take a little time for self-care, okay? Let me say 2 words to everyone in this phone that
Self-care. We've seen Aaron do a little self-care with a big old self-hug. Gonna give
Always.
yourself a big old self-hug, Gino. Self-care.
I used to
I
make
never
fun of
got
goth kids. for holding themselves together, because if they let go, they're all gonna fall apart. Like, cause, you know, because dude, they would walk around the mall just like this, hugging themselves. So weird. Sorry.
Chance to say before. Let me say something to all you guys. First of all, this doesn't apply to most of you. Doesn't apply to you, fucking hell, Brent. Doesn't apply to you, Toolman Mike. Does not apply to Smartass, who just gifted 5 Gino memberships for the big fucking show.
He just bought himself that $25 tier on the members only. I guess it's members only forever that he's talking about here. I don't know. I've never been into Gino, so thank you, Stallion19, for clipping this for us, because I really didn't want to sift over Gino's channel for where this was.
Oh yeah, who knows what's going on in there? It's a cesspool.
News and retus, all those words that YouTube doesn't like, and I'm learning to talk around. That's what's over there.
Tomorrow that's going members only immediately, fucking as soon as it's all fair. I'm going to put it live, of course, because it's me and Fred Rubino, and I'm working on a whiskey sponsor that I can't see it not going through, knock wood, because it's too perfect. And here, I won't jinx it. I'll go the other way. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot for just realizing, people, for just realizing how well this sponsorship works. I'm an idiot. Oh, and Fred Rubino, I can't give him a better compliment, Mr. Fabersham, than, and again, this is why I like it, make it members only. I got no problem talking to the poors, because none of you are poors. My poor idiot people that use that word. You guys are the fucking best. You're so goddamn supportive, and you're going to want the membership. It'll go to the $5 tier. And I've reinvigorated the $10 tier, but I'm telling you, let me say something to all the people that I've given away for free. Keanu said it for the past fucking 3 or 4 years since Kevy Brenny. I wish him well. I've forgiven him. And thank you again, Smartass, so much. Ever since Kevy Brenny lost his fucking marbles, Keanu.
He did lose his marbles. He actually did a show at one point before it turning into a super chat reading show and this guy sucks. I'm not a big Shuley fan, but his turn on Shuley doesn't really make sense to me, unless it's like, you're not a stand-up. That's one of my gripes of Shuley. It's like, you're as much of a stand-up as John is. At one time, you were a stand-up. At one time, I was a stand-up. But I don't call myself that anymore, and neither should you. Which Brennan pretty much, I believe, retired from stand-up as well. But I don't think he's calling himself a stand-up anymore. Well, he did pay his dues for longer than Shuley is to be a dues-paying non-member of stand-up comedy.
Yeah, and I've seen Kevin do far more stand-up. Like, he has sets. Like, you can dig up Brennan's old comedy. He does
decades.
Jokes.
Yeah, you can see him with hair before he turned really pink, and he does have that pedigree behind him. I was only on the open mic circuit, so that's even less of a reason for me to say that I am a stand-up comedian.
Thompson was gifted a membership. All right, first of all, Keanu Thompson with a wrench was gifted a membership. So I'm going to give her some shit because I'm a member to her page full time. You wonder why not fake Kiki is my fucking girl. I had to gift.
Fake Kiki. So this sounds like a fan using a Keanu name that isn't actually Keanu that he's aware of. Very much like Jules David. That was fun with Stuttering John not realizing, oh, Jules David, we need to talk. It's not Jules David.
Yeah, I remember that. Dude, that was one of the good ones too. That whoever Jules was throwing money around too.
I had to gift fake Keanu Thompson a membership. This is why she's fake. Did you like your free membership? I'm still a member on your OnlyFans. Yeah, I said it. And I will give fake Kiki.
Not fake Kiki. Okay, I don't know if it's a real Kiki or not.
Not fake.
Yeah.
It would be more funny that he's asking his real-life soon-to-be wife, why aren't you giving me $5 a month and letting YouTube take a vig from this? I wonder if they have separate accounts.
It's all silliness.
Not fake Kiki would agree, but I will give fake Kiki props. I've given it away for free, and I love doing it. I will fucking answer text messages. I used to sit there before I'd go into In-N-Out Water every day. I'd have my cigar. Fucking, ooh, got a freshie for later. I'd have my cigar. I'd chat with everyone, and I'd answer them because it was fun. Because of gratitude. It's all fucking gratitude. And now
You taking some yoga classes, Gino? Oh, that was probably in that book that he was quoting. Have gratitude.
get fucking people that are like, yeah, I can't afford it. I can't afford $5 a month, but I'll watch it for free. Don't do me any fucking favors. Do you think?
How much was that hardcover book?
Do you think the money I'm?
How much was that book that he's quoting out of?
I bet you it was a gift from Kumia. That was. I would buy the paperback. I wouldn't waste my money on the hardcover. Paperback has some extra money-making techniques for you. They have to try to help sell it, so there's some extra stuff in there. And Kiki, I first heard the fans and the chatters call Keanu Kiki. So I'm not sure if that started with the fans or with Gino, where Kiki came from.
Yeah, good question.
But something right now that is making me laugh a bit is Gino's mic there has some hairs on it. He must have a little kitty cat or something roaming around and getting that a bit dirty.
Yeah, that's very Stuttering Johnish as well. His mic is totally covered. Oh, and Mersh too. His mic was totally. It's like gray. It's so covered in cat fur.
Mersh, thank you to the Mersh Clipper for putting together all of him flipping out on Daddy Rumble. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, underscore Mersh.
Underscore Mersh. Anytime there is a new headline with Rumble on it, I'm like, oh boy, what is Mersh pissed off with the people who pay his paychecks for now? I find that to be really entertaining. Like he's at least that entertaining that he could flip out and do. He knows Merch is more self-aware than Aaron is. Absolutely.
Excuse me.
Making. Do you think the money I'm making fucking doing this fucking 4 days a week, do you think if I just stopped and really fucking had the entire week to myself to work on other stuff and really explore the space, you think I'd miss what I'm making from everyone? Oh, it's a bargain now. It's a fucking bargain. Fucking all the idiots in
the $5 sounded like a bargain. This $20 doesn't sound like a bargain.
the Dabbleverse that literally, and I'm not, God bless them, because I'm telling you, I don't want to work for Gavin. I don't want to just get money to fucking be on a network like that. And I'm saying
this guy who fired me, I don't even want to work for him. Go figure.
saying that to me, not you. Saying it to me because I have moments of doubt where like, why didn't you just do that? Fuck that. I don't. And you can watch this, and somebody will clip this in the Dabbleverse, and I hope they do, because I really don't.
I now had to look at my mic to see if I have any stray hairs on them, but I don't have the mic cover. I should have a mic cover like that, but no stray hairs here. Hooray. I've passed that test, principled uncertainty.
Don't watch it. I really don't watch it. But I'm telling you, fucking Aaron Berg, and money flows to me in avalanches that Berg gummed in. So I've been talking with him. Fucking, he's very pumped about his Mets. White trash water.
Is he drinking out of an old coffee?
I'm going to tell you people
plastic?
this.
That was, yeah,
that looks like a container that I get Folgers in, like smaller one.
It is like the gas station version. I don't know if they even sell that at the grocery store. That style of Folgers. So maybe he just has the most massive caffeinated, all the caffeine out, and pour the caffeine water in this jug. A little heavy there, Gino.
Yeah.
Water. I'm talking with him.
I think he called it water. That is his.
It is a Folgers container. Look real close.
That's
it's
a Folgers
plastic
container from the gas store. That's
like, okay, I get using a mason jar or something like to drink out of. That's fucking plastic. You throw that shit away.
Fucking, he's very pumped about his Mets. White trash water.
He called it white trash water.
All right, at least he's being acknowledging he's drinking out of a plastic container. Good grief.
I'm going to tell you people this. Aaron Berg said it. Those who can't create destroy. And there is nothing creative about the Dabbleverse. It's everything that I've shit on about fucking YouTube that makes me hate it. But that
Here's more of Gino transforming into Aaron as he was on the peripheries having fun with the people of the Dabbleverse, Carl and other folks, and now that they aren't being so nice to him, fuck that entire corner of the internet.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. It's so strange that these guys just will flip like a light switch. Like they were all about buddy, kissing each other's ass, and then the second that one of them naysays or criticizes, it's over.
Yeah, this is why I felt it necessary to include this in the show, because this is a lot of Aaronisms. I don't know if he caught the goal, being that close in proximity to someone infected with the goal. I think he might be infected with the goal now, too. And this, actually, keep it up,
I'm worried
Gino.
about...
Maybe we'll spin off this show into you once we get the shits of Aaron.
Yeah, I'm worried about you. You were hanging out with Blind Mike, and he was bitten by the goal. You guys are all spreading this goal STD.
It's
Everybody's gonna
airborne
have a goal.
as well. It's
airborne.
the most dangerous of STD type of things. Like mono, they say it's the kissing disease, but I didn't need to make out with Blind Mike in order to get the goal. I just needed to be on a stream with him,
just
and
happened.
the goal got me.
That's too good. I'm sorry.
Daddy's here to fight the good fight. Daddy is here to fucking say, look, I'm evolving, and I'm going to fucking try and work on getting other people because I love talking to them. Fucking, I love the Wednesday show where people come into my apartment and drink whiskey with me because that's how you fight back against YouTube. It's like my own little content house, the contents of which are whiskey and drunks. I've had it. I've had it with people that come in and be like, I'm fighting the greater good. You don't know what...
That chat makes me giggle, SG fanboy. The best part of waking up is Folgers as your cup.
Days of I had my jaw broken by a fucking drunk. I paid my way and moved on, and never once did I say, we have to... I didn't even sue the bitch. I fucking swallowed it for the good of the company, which fucking fucked me over.
Ooh, now I like this. Nice guy Gino could have sued the new Censored.tv.
My way and moved on, and never once did I say, we have to... I didn't even sue the bitch. I fucking swallowed it for the good of the company, which fucking fucked me over. And you think I'm going to worry about what YouTube's going to do? I'll get what I get when I get what I get. Do you understand that? So if you think I'm worried about getting banned on YouTube, it might be a fucking favor. Then I won't have to come here fucking 4 days a week, work my balls off for people to be like, yeah, it's free. I can't afford $5. Every time you say, I can't afford $5, the universe hears you, and it will make you more poor. It will make you more destitute.
That's not how the universe works. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. You first.
Sorry for talking over you. This is evangelical Gino, where you send that $5 to me. I know that the Lord will send you back 10 times that $5. You keep that $5 to yourself, then you are telling the world that you cannot afford God's love, and God's love will not bring that $5 back to you.
Exactly. No, this is exactly right. You nailed it. Thank you. Unreal, man. Yeah, very much. I don't understand. What does Gino think he's worth? I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you offering? You're offering exactly what everybody else on YouTube offers. I think these guys don't realize this is public access, dude. This isn't cable network TV. Just because ABC and NBC have YouTube channels, that don't put you in the same league. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. These guys are taking the network shit way too serious. Like, they all of a sudden, every individual is a corporate business. It's fucking weird.
It will make you feel like shit. Dude, I'm telling you, I've been out of the best gig in the world for going on 3 months. Fucking couldn't care less. And I don't mean the past.
Oh yes, you were asking how much does Gino want? I think he told us at the beginning of this video, 150 people to pay $5 a month.
Right.
$750 a month minus YouTube's cut, which is 33. So $500 a month, I believe, is what Gino wants from his fans. I think that's the goal.
There's Twitch chicks that do this. It's called like Findom, where they're trying to like give me money, and the pay pigs kind of just fork it over because they're giving a woman's demanding money from them. This doesn't work.
Oh, Findom
demanding
that is totally a thing in the kink world. And you will discover women who just found out what financial domination is be on the swipey apps of like, I'm a Findom. No, you're a lazy woman. You're not into kink. And I'm not into that kink because I don't have that money just lying around. No, you can degrade me physically, but degrading my bank account, I am not into that.
I agree. I'm not into that either.
Last 3 months, I couldn't care less, but I'm past it. I'm over it. All I've ever done is sit behind a mic, stand behind a mic. All I've ever done out in public with people, anyone that knows me will tell you, is try and fucking spread joy, is try and fucking give off positive energy. And then you get people showing up, well, I'm not a member, can't afford $5. Then you get guys like Wildcard, who fucking gets me, who I fucking met. Look at that avatar, that gorgeous man. Met him in fucking
Oh, he's kind of like me with my Bob Levy jacket as my avatar. He's hanging out with Gino there as his avatar.
About the same amount of entertainment. I think
Bob
the Levy
Levy's
jackets.
So many zippers. There is so much more fun to have with those zippers than there is with Gino. I agree.
And I forgive Aaron, and I forgive April, and I don't even have to forgive the Ricadas because I never met them. They're children, and they dragged us into their shit. And I'd be lying if I didn't tell you how much I fucking enjoy watching the Dabbleverse now on my Twitter. I don't even respond to them, but I read them, and I love them.
Ding Lizard, I'll do my best not to go down that rabbit hole. That rabbit hole of kink talk does happen from time to time.
Gino's a snitch. And let me tell you this. And here's why I'm glad I'm not working for fucking Gavin. Because he's not fucking genuine. I've had it with people that like, I sat at a bar with Gavin, and I've said it. I love drinking with Gavin. And when the fucking final fucking call came and Gavin said to me, yeah, once we merged, we didn't need you. And I'm like, okay, thanks. You could ask him that. He'll tell you some of his, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. You're a cheap person. And good for you.
Now, the man making his network profitable, his online business venture profitable, is the cheap man. He's a businessman.
Yeah, that's so strange. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that Gino's more butthurt that, like he said, his ride is over. 8 years, Kumia was paying him a salary out of his own money from the old show. Gino wasn't bringing in people.
Like, he wants his ex-lover to help. We're divorced now, Anthony. You got to give me some money so I can keep up with this lifestyle I've got accustomed to of actually making money off of this comedy career, which doesn't always happen, especially with stand-up. Stand-up is a motherfucker to make money off of.
Especially now, because you got to be really funny to get away with edgy comedy, or be really good at writing clean jokes, stuff that goes more to a broader audience. The internet is too niche now. Like, you can find a guy with 500 followers that's absolutely hilarious, but it's hard to push somebody out like that. Gino's been doing it for decades, and he's trapped in 99. Those jokes don't fly so much anymore.
Yesterday's episode of Co-Host Auditions showed that you can be much more talented than someone, and that less talented person can still... what the fuck was that guy's name? Coop Noop. He was reacting... Yeah. Whenever I see someone who's like, oh, I'm talking about TikTok Live, all right, that's my specialty, and Coop Noop added fucking nothing.
Dude,
but he's making money, whereas I'm still just doing this for shits and giggles for the most part. I do have the memberships, I do have the supers, and tomorrow a membership show gameplay. I think I've got the sound figured out for Outer Worlds, but yeah, sometimes the shit just doesn't happen, and you got to do it for the love of the game.
yeah, that's it. And Ali in the chat says, he got spoiled, and he did. He got spoiled sitting at Kumia's compound there and just hanging out every day, drinking every day. It was good buddy shit. It wasn't
Drinking
bringing in.
Anthony,
Oh, go
drinking
ahead.
Anthony's expensive whiskey. That's a clip it will never leave my mind from Red Bar, where he's like, take a look at Gino here. He's asking for permission to open up this expensive bottle of whiskey.
And that's what it was. Ant was paying to run a good old boys club. That's what he was doing. He had his friends there, and he was just hanging out. It was hanging out and going out and actually trying to run a network. And I bet for the first couple years it didn't do so bad. But later, as Stevie Lou came in, as Gino was hosting more, Dixon left. I think it started going downhill. As more of the clown types came in versus Artie being there, or Bennington was on.
Yeah, I was so excited for the Artie and Anthony show, but unfortunately, Artie was in a very bad spot, and that didn't work out. It was so quick and then Landau, he wasn't bad, but after being like, oh, the Artie and Anthony show, now it's Artie and Landau.
Yeah, that's what happened. I think because nobody really knew who Dave Landau was when he picked him up as a co-host. So but and again, Dave made his own little waves throughout the ONA verse, I guess you would say, into the old Crowder corner.
Oh, that Crowder thing didn't last long either, did it? The Crowder, that's a fascinating. I think that guy's still in the closet, isn't he? I'm part of the people who believes that is a man who is deeply closeted, very much like Norm Macdonald was. Larry King absolutely did not get that joke. So you're coming out of the closet? No, I'm saying I'm deeply closeted. No, I'm not saying I'm gay.
I love Norm. He's so good.
He'll tell you some of his, oh, it don't make money, it don't make sense. You're a cheap person. And good for you. Make your money. You will get whatever you want. And he wants to make money, and he's great at it. He married rich. His parents are rich, so people think he is rich. But again, I can't work with someone that I will sit with at a bar and get fucking hammered. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Go.
Thank you, Stallion19, for that Gino clip. Yeah, maybe we will be wrapping up Aaron coming up soon. We've actually lasted more episodes than I thought once that divorce came real damn quick.
I know.
But Aaron is still lovable, not a lovable, one of the most loved punching bags of the internet, so we're still around here. And I'm actually with the people that say Artie won't return because I think he's anytime that Artie does come back into the limelight, it encourages his drug behavior. So I think he's come to the realization this thing that I love, I have to let go for my health. That's
Right.
where I believe Artie's currently at.
Well, see, and I think he has the opposite problem that Gino has. Artie can go do 10 minutes anywhere and make money. He'll get money. People will throw money at. People will throw drugs at him because he's funny. He tells better stories. He makes people laugh in a positive way, not just shouting, N-words at stuff. And
His
Artie can't
N-word
have
joke
money.
was very well constructed when he was playing basketball, and he was just trying to be part of the rest of the guys, and it came out of his lips like in slow motion. Give me the ball. He constructed a very fun story where Gino just dropping N-bombs. Didn't work.
He tries to make the word the punchline and not the context of the word the punchline. It's like you mentioned before. There's a difference between being a racist and having racial comedy. There's a line there.
And now on to our buddy Doom. I believe this clip is Aaron giving his thoughts of Kumia. He's got some hot takes.
Can you be as condescending and very mean to Anthony Cumia talking shit about you for a bit? I mean, the balls on that has-been trying to enter this sector is appalling. Teach him a lesson, please. Well, here's the thing with Anthony. I read the comments on Anthony's thing. First of all, when you have to go on Pat Dixon's show to be heard trying to talk shit about me.
Pat Dixon? Ugh.
He's making up a scenario where Anthony can't go on his own channel and run his mouth about Aaron. He could. Nobody'd give a fuck.
It just came up in conversation. It's not something Anthony on his own show is going into, but Pat Dixon going around the world of what's happening on the internet. And look at this cringe face that Aaron has going on here. Pat
needle
Dixon?
drop cringe. He looks so uncomfortable in his own skin. Every time I see Aaron make a face or do any of this, I think of the insect skin suit from Men in Black. He's like, give me sugar. You know what I'm talking? Like his skin was all, yeah, that guy. That's
yeah.
You know, walking down the street looking like he's gonna shit his pants. That's how Aaron is all the time naturally. Like he's just natural like that. He's so uncomfortable in his own skin. It's so weird.
That's bad. So that's almost too pathetic to comment on. But look, it's no secret. It's not been a good year for Anthony. He's burned some bridges. By the way, he
actually unloading on a lost leader does sound like a good year. Financially, he's recovering. He's going over and working for one of his buddies rather than being the boss, which Anthony's admitted multiple times. He doesn't like being the boss. He's not a good boss, which is why Compound Media was in the shape that it's in.
Well, and that's right. That's exactly it. He had his friends around him. It's the same with parenting. If you got kids, you can't be a friend to your kid all the time. You know, like especially when they're young.
I know those best friends of parents with an 8-year-old, and it's like, no bueno. That's gonna become a fucking monster.
Yep.
Checking out what is on his whiteboard.
Oh yeah.
On pace for 17-0, 34-7, explanation point 30. Okay, I got no fucking clue what's going on here with these numbers.
I think he might be referencing the Vikings because I think they're undefeated so far and they're 4 games in.
Okay, that makes much more sense than that referencing the goal. Okay, that is football talk, and those numbers make sense for football talk. I am going to accept that.
Handled that compound thing. I will say this about Anthony, and I felt this way about Anthony when it comes to, like, you know, Anthony never had us on compound. When people say Anthony had you on compound, Anthony didn't give a fuck about what happened on compound.
With Anthony's comments as well, he was kind of clueless on what Aaron did on Compound Media. He was aware that Aaron was there, but he actually was confusing him with other people who got a chance on Compound Media. So accurate here. E-Rock was the buddy of, and E-Rock still wants to be a buddy of Aaron. He's been tearing his hair out on interviews. What are you doing, Aaron?
Oh, good. If maybe he'll listen to E-Rock, but
nope.
He's E-Rock has got a walnut brain too. He makes good choices. He knows how to do some things, but marketing isn't his thing, and picking talent isn't his thing.
E-Rock had us on compound. E-Rock was a booster of ours. And, you know, what happened to E-Rock after Gavin said, I'll come in and I'll fix all the money problems you're having with compound? Boom, everyone was out the door. The minute Anthony could, the minute anyone else offered to be the bad guy, Anthony did what he always wanted to do. Cut all the dead weight, get rid of all these people that were costing him, by his own admission, $50,000 out of his own pocket every quarter. He's so fucking afflicted. He's so incapable of being the bad guy.
Okay, so $200,000 a year, not $800,000. I was inflating it a bit much.
No, it was probably, I was thinking $800,000 over the course of Compound Media. He at least sunk $1 million into that, paying all these. He had 6 or 7 guys on payroll, and one of them was Keith the Cop at one point.
having all that money as well, it makes sense. He wanted to do that with his money. Opie just blowing his money on expensive New York high rises and the Hamptons house that he has. Anthony is, at least he's blowing his money more on something he wants to do, which I guess Opie wants to have those appearances. So Opie blew a bunch of his O&A money on appearances, where Anthony blew his on a network with his buddies.
Exactly. And I think Opie wants to have more of that stern reputation, outward facing, rich guy, kind of made his money in radio and was a legend, where Anthony doesn't care about that stuff anymore. He's down to doing a show with Gavin on that network and Call of Duty streams. And I guarantee you, Anthony's making way more money on his Call of Duty streams than he was at Compound. Like, he can go live and play all night, and people will shower him with money because it's going right to Anthony, and that's what they want.
He's not getting so excited about pennies at a time like Opie is with those Facebook stars either.
Oh man, I remember catching Opie live one morning, and this was years ago now, and he was like, "Oh, thanks for the $20. I can afford coffee now." And I know he was kind of saying it tongue in cheek, like he can afford, but I know that's what he's doing. He's using the YouTube money to put bullshit cash in his pockets, and it's not enough. But Opie's still far superior than this guy, I think. I'd rather listen to Opie talk than Aaron.
Guy. And I don't know why. I mean, the guy's probably pled to more crimes than I have. So I don't know why he's got, he'll fucking bite a woman, he'll fucking beat a woman and get convicted of it. And but he won't fucking fire a few people. Anthony, bite less, fire more. Your career would be in good shape. You wouldn't have to go on Pat Dixon's show. You don't.
This is where I forgot to add a drop of the people standing around like that was such a diss. Whoa! Oh.
Another good needle drop face, by the way. And everybody in the chat is kind of seeing it too. He copied Kumia so hard, like carbon copied Kumia. Nice. And now is so shit talking him about his behavior and how he was acting and all this. It's like me, it would be like Corey Feldman shitting on Michael Jackson right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way that Corey Feldman should say anything negative about Michael Jackson unless Michael Jackson said something about Corey. Same thing happened here. He didn't get the adulation from Anthony that he wanted, so now he's going to motherfuck him all up and down the internet. Even though he's
also talking
exactly
recently
like him.
About like the movie references and how Anthony weaves them in very well. And when he would like do a sketch and quote Doc Brown for minutes at a time, it was really funny. Whereas Aaron's recent, actually, I think that was on the Blind Mike Project, where Aaron's recent quoting Fargo, different characters line for like minutes at a time, he's not doing it right. There's a way to do it that Anthony did very entertainingly, whereas he's just okay. It's
right.
It's the whole scene. He's doing the whole scene.
It's like when him and April just kept doing A Rocky Time, and they literally they were just like saying every line from the movie eventually and just saying that's a rocky time. Like, they just don't know how to work a bit. And dude, like you said, Anthony he'll weave it in or do things that people won't recognize until you go, fuck. We talked about the Seinfeld thing. He'll just tell a story of a Seinfeld episode like it happened to him in real life. And everybody will be hanging on it. And then like 10 minutes later, everybody's like, wait a minute. Didn't it happen on TV? And he's like, I gotcha. Like there's a gotcha thing to it. Or quoting a movie that is pertaining to the conversation. He just likes to work them in. It's very ham-fisted how Aaron likes to work them in. He'll search for a drop.
I haven't heard Aaron work in any Fast Times references. When Anthony drops in, "This is some great iced tea, Stacy," I get a giggle from it.
That's the one. Yeah, that was the one.
I'm curious to see. We know how what Stuttering John takes away from watching Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Only the quote that those guys are a bundle of sticks.
Yeah.
Those
real
guys
quick.
are funny quote right there.
Real quick before we get on, you mentioned Blind Mike, and you were on there a couple times this past 2 weeks, I think. You popped in, and Blind Mike gave you a compliment. He said he likes the sound of your voice. I just wanted to bring up, if a blind guy says he likes the sound of your voice, that's an impeccable compliment in my book.
Yeah, he can't appreciate these long locks of mine, but the voice, which some people say it stinks, blind man says does not stink. Hooray!
Proved.
Want to go on Pat Dixon's show. No, but Pat Dixon doesn't want to be on Pat Dixon's show. So if you would bite less and
he is so proud of this bite less. Did I? I don't think I called out the headbutt less, entertain
That's
more. That principal uncertainty dropped here. I'm so proud. That is within a minute. He dropped that bite less and Count Kumia. Red Bar had some fun with it. What else could you get into? You could call Anthony like Jaws or something of biting women. There's something you could do here that you're not doing with this bite less, bite less, fire more.
fire more. Hell, we might be listening to you on Sirius XM right now. And you'd have to work with Opie. But, let's weigh Anthony versus Opie. I think Opie won. Opie's a happy guy with a shitload of money who's not throwing 50 grand a quarter into a failed endeavor. I mean, Jim Norton still gainfully employed. Anthony needed his buddy Gavin to come by and
thank you, beloved chatters. I don't even need to get into my radio voice for them to throw some compliments at this. I would like to do some radio commercials. It's funny how Aaron actually was like, I'll go do voiceover work. Oh, good. That field that isn't competitive at all. You're just going to be a voiceover artist and take away our Steel Toe morning show. Okay, good.
I don't like that he was shitting on voice acting either. He was like, oh, I'm going to be doing voiceovers. I don't think that's what he meant. I think he's going to be doing voiceover for ad reads. Like,
it's a more natural, like he's set up for that. And it's a more natural lateral to try to start getting into ad reads. I wonder if he's going to go all over town. You couldn't get those people to sponsor you. You wouldn't give my show money, but will you give me money to talk about your wares on the radio?
Right. Well, I can see him doing the, come to Billy McNeely Kia of Sawsuck Rapids, whatever county he lives in,
Well, Billy McNeely, he has himself a nice martial arts type of studio that's in the works. So looking forward to Billy McNeely's yoga work and his martial arts work. Kya, kya.
Yeah, we caught a little bit of that last night too. That was fun. That was that's a good find. That was a good find.
Thanks to David Collins introduced that to Hackride, who introduced it to me. So good find from our buddy David Collins, who Blind Mike made the comment that I guess I just like robotic voice guys. You and David Collins.
I'd like David's delivery as well. He just dropped a new video for anybody in the chat that wants to go check it out.
Yeah, the 30-minute half-hour show by David Collins.
And save him. And then it kind of seems like Anthony either threw everybody under the bus afterwards or just abandoned them and ignored them and kind of ghosted.
I don't see how he threw anyone under the bus. Abandon. Okay, I can see how you can consider it abandoning. I believe I've heard E-Rock talk about this. I don't think E-Rock got hired on because there's redundancies. When you merge companies, you've got double the producers, double the janitors, and one of those producers, one of those janitors has to go. I believe I've heard the E-Rock just be happy that he got these years to keep doing what he loved to do and not worrying about the paycheck.
Right. No, and he was the only one that probably squirreled any money away. And maybe Garrett probably put money away. But Gino was not smart. Dude, he does that. He just, paycheck to paycheck, no matter how much money he was making, he would blow it all.
Yes, Sam Bibley, the David Collins segment on Who Are These Podcasts, I got a good laugh out of it. Apparently, Carl said there were a lot of people who hated that segment, but I was a big fan of his segment over on Who Are the Podcasts.
Yeah, I think he fits in pretty well over there too. Also, and thank you to Crumb for complimenting both you and I on our dulcet tones.
Yes, thank you, Crumb.
Them. Like Gino. By the way, the title of today's episode, I Forgive Gino, people were in the chat before the show started and they were going, oh, that's fucking terrible. Oh, man, don't forgive that piece of shit. Guys, it's a joke. Remember Gino did the thing where he said, you know, I forgive Aaron, and Kevin and Matt and myself. We were all like, forgive me for what? I didn't do anything to you. What do you forgive me for? I forgive Aaron for my fiance making me kick him out of our wedding.
No.
Because she believed a fucking hustler and a pig liar.
He's forgiving Aaron because he drug him into the fucking court case by sending him an illicit nudie picture via YouTube. Like, everybody saw it. Gino had to deny testifying. Like, Nick
he became ground zero. Yeah. In this felony case of revenge porn, which isn't revenge porn, more disseminating nudes without permission, falling under revenge porn. Ground zero is Gino, so that is the forgiveness. You are correct. Oh no, SG fanboy, E-Rock blew all of his money on Coke floats. Oh, damn it, E-Rock, you and your love of tasty foods and beverages, damn it.
I mean, is that what you forgive me for? Oh, and that, like, it's funny that everything I said about her turned out to be true. And then when she showed herself to be that thing, they all kind of just like turned on me about it. It's like, guys, I've been warning you about these people forever and ever. And then they show themselves to you. And then you look back at me and you go, what the fuck? And I go, I fucking said so. But they use people to get what they... Right, that's what I said. I just wanted to give you guys a few $100 every week for doing my show. I didn't even ask you to hate the people I hated. I honestly, what I...
Wait.
He's talking about Gino now. I was talking to him, not as Kumia. Aaron wanted to give Gino a few $100 per week to do his show. And the way that those went, he was trying to get them on his side.
That's what I mean. I think Aaron thinks he can buy loyalty. And he was trying to headhunt Gino and Kiki. He wanted that. They were they were on the show. They were all together at a fucking football game. Aaron, April, Kiki, and Gino. Like, they were all buddy hanging out.
I've already said my opinion of Gino. I don't think he was worth that few $100 a month. I think that was a down payment to get in closer with Kumia, to have his lowest tier guy, but his good buddy Gino, have a good relationship with him to then get back on that ladder and have Anthony himself, instead of E-Rock, be like, hey, Aaron.
Right. No, that's exactly it. And Anthony, that's why he's super butthurt when Anthony started saying this guy's a piece of shit. Because Aaron is a bit of a piece of shit. He's an obvious social climber. And I'm sitting where I'm sitting because I can't do that, dude. That shit makes me, like, ill inside. I can't just be like, hey, buddy, you want to be my friend so we can, like, you know, and then dick him around later on just to take his job? Fuck that. Because I'm pretty sure that's what Aaron was gunning for. Like you said, make good friends with the lowest hanging fruit and then try to, you know, knock them off the branch later.
Gino's already on the lowest rung, was already on the lowest rung of compound media. You'd have to try to construct your own even lower rung. And he had 8 years to move up. There was no one asking for Gino content. So that lowest rung was just always occupied. And Anthony did have the sense to be like, no more hangers on. So many hangers on that that I don't want to fire. I want to help.
Yeah, Chrissy was the last one that kind of got in under the wire as far as being a regular. Because he only had like 4 regulars for a while. And much like Aaron missed the shock jock era of radio, he missed the free-for-all that was compound media. He missed all of it. And so I think that probably hurts him more than anything, that he just is
Gino,
out of date.
Gino got into that free-for-all on Compound Media when it was Brennan and Levy that were looking to kick his ass. So much it threw Compound Media off the air, them chasing him around the studio. What the fuck, Gino? I kind of forget what that fight was all about. I think it was a stand-up show that he fucked him over on, but that was
Likely.
quite a popular clip of Levy and Brennan back when they had a comedy club, just stalking down Gino.
I got to go find that. That's great.
Over on the Compound Media show, Compound Media page, Anthony added Journey's "Don't Stop Believin'" to mimic the Sopranos ending when the show just cut off.
Good reference.
I just wanted to give you guys a few $100 every week for doing my show. I didn't even ask you to hate the people I hated. I honestly, what I always told Keanu was, talk to him. You'll see. And then guess what? They started talking to him again, and guess what? They saw. Oh, my God. So, I mean, forgive me. Cool. For what? I thought about this today. I'm gonna send him a couple $100 as a wedding gift. Would that be in poor taste? But yeah, JT10, I don't know if you got your money's worth on the Anthony thing. I don't feel any heat from Anthony Cumia coming after me. It's just
he's not coming after you. He was asked about you. That's all he's got. He said all that he had to say about you. Whereas us, we don't think this horse is quite dead yet. It might be dying soon as we beat this dead horse of Aaron. Chris 048, I think doxing Kevin's phone number might have had something to do with it. I do remember some doxing. Oh yeah, and some ex-girlfriends. I can't remember the exact drama that Gino got them all pissed off at him about.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that in the chat, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Brennan's number was floating around the internet and he was getting phone calls. That was great. And yeah, I don't remember exactly what happened between Gino and Pat Dixon either, but this is also a good point that Sal's making. But watching Pat just walked right up to him in like a casino, and Gino turns around and he just boom, strong right hand, and Gino ate that shit. I'll give it to him. Gino ate it. He's just like boom, he just took it. But then it's funny because Pat's like, okay, I'm leaving. Like security walks up on the Pat. He's like, that's all I wanted to do, dude. I'm leaving, and he walked away. It's like he just wanted to punch Gino. It wasn't like he was kicking his ass. Pat felt like he owed that to Gino, and it was funny. But
Gino,
they all start fighting
with as loud of a mouth as he has. I would imagine he's learned to take a punch. He's learned to be the Vince McMahon and let Bret Hart get that one punch in before heading off to another land.
You're not taking that belt to Canada.
Thank you, Ding Lizard and Chris, for pointing out the ex-girlfriend drama with Gino and Pat Dixon's ex. I knew there was some type of ex-girlfriend somehow involved in that shenanigan. Shenanigan?
He knows that I attract numbers, and when you're in Compound Censored, you're in a bubble, and you're not attracting any numbers. You just have what you have. And don't get me wrong, it would take a long time for that fan base to completely go away, but it's aging out, and it's only going to go in the stagnant or down direction. It's not going to get bigger. I mean, Gavin's been canceled from everything. They're not going to let him on to promote his shit. You don't have any stroke anymore. Those days are done.
But Gavin does have his built-in fan base that is keeping him afloat, and he is running it like a businessman to make sure he stays afloat.
Not only that, I know that some of their stuff gets put out on YouTube, and that was my problem with Compound, is that they should have put out 2 shows a week just on YouTube, like the first hour of a 2-hour show, and then come to Compound for the rest. Give us our $5, whatever.
Anthony didn't update his model from the initial behind a paywall. It's only within the past year that he started being like, oh, I'm kind of a dinosaur with this format that I'm taking, that everything's E-Rock has mentioned that as well, that he was really on Anthony. We need to get clips out there to get people over here, whereas Anthony was more along this is paywall stuff. So another good reason to sell it, because his mind is like 10, 15 years ago on how to make money with compound media.
Yeah, he was right in first gear. Right when he left satellite radio, he went right to doing this and just kind of, that's it. I'm comfortable. Let's do it. And that's what I think Anthony was looking for, was a comfortable gig. And that's where he's at now with Gavin. He's, I think Sam mentioned it before. He sits in his office, got his glasses on. He looks a little more grandpa-ish, and has it's more closer to what, oh shit, I had it as Nick DiPaolo. Nick DiPaolo does his own show, and it's paywalled and all that. But it's produced, and it looks nice, so they're all together now. They can all do all their... More people will come back to see Anthony with Gavin than just Anthony alone in that office in New York.
Yeah, when they would do those compound censored, those clips would drop. They had a great dynamic between each other.
And I respect what you did.
There was this one game they play. Yeah, no, it's stupid to say anyway. But like they pop the tops off the beer bottles, and they would, you could flick them. And there was a couch, and I guess the game was to like get it to land on the back of the couch and between that and the ledge. So I don't know. This stupid stuff sticks out in my brain.
Just
and
a
was
dumb
just
little
fun.
game that was fun between two buddies.
That's what makes it better to me.
Versus when we have Matt or Johnny Crutches, they do not give off any buddy vibes whatsoever with Aaron Imholte.
No, they are. Well, Johnny definitely has I'm an employee vibe to him, versus Matt, who's just kind of trying to facilitate the show in a boring way.
Matt has the feeling of Aaron just opening a door. You co-host,
get in here.
But I don't owe anything. What was the second part of this? I mean, the balls on that has-been trying to enter this sector is appalling. Teach him a lesson, please. Teach him a lesson. I guess the lesson is fire more, bite less. There you go. He was...
Third time in 5 minutes that he has dropped that hell of a joke. That I believe Salvatore M is asking about nu metal. When I hear of Breaking Benjamin, that genre of music. Am I missing another subgenre? I believe Salvatore is talking about nu metal there.
Newish metal or post metal. Because Chevelle falls. Oh, what's that? The Chainsmokers, I think, kind of goes there, sort of. In that, they're a little newer than that, though, aren't they? Anywho.
Yeah, I think it might be something different. I just lumped all those in with nu metal, Salvatore. There might be something I'm missing there as another subgenre of rock.
How about this? Post nu metal? Yeah, right. That's what I mean. Those and those other bands are like after that. Like I would consider the Ramones or something like that to be like a punk band, and then something like Blink-182 is like a post-punk band or a pop-punk band, because it's so far removed from what it used to be. Post-nu metal? Okay.
I guess...
Yeah, we've got a whole side conversation about what is and what is not nu metal down here.
That's the other term I hear a lot, butt rock. Nothing but rock. Like, they all get played on that station. Here it's 100.7 WMMS.
Was on Pat Dixon, Shit Talking Ricada. I haven't listened to it. They said he was... somebody wrote that it doesn't seem like Anthony's going to Gino's wedding. Are Anthony and Gino having a lover's quarrel now? Can Anthony not fuck up any relationship? Opie, Bill Burr, Club Soda Kenny, Gino, all the compound people, Danny Brand. I mean, look.
There, he said her name. Points.
Yeah, and Aaron's explaining exactly what has just happened to him. Nick Ricada's gone. April's gone. Corey's gone. That other drunk guy's gone. It's just down to him and Johnny, and his new hire, Matt. With one
From
T.
what we saw, Danny Brand seemed like a psychopath. But you brought the fox into the hen house. and then you bit the fox. JT10 with 10
Fourth time in 6 minutes, another variant of that joke.
bucks says, LOL, great job. I love it. Here is some goal loot. Ant is a hack podcaster now. He is literally the next stuttering John. In fact, I would respect John more than Ant since John isn't a coward like Anthony. Wow. That is fucking brutal right there, respecting John more than Anthony. The John stuff has always been overplayed, and it's always been by people who needed John more than John needed them. I mean, John's a
I love him burning the Carl Bridge. He really wanted to be a buddy of Carl, but since he stabbed me in the back, everything he does is loser hack shit.
And that's the thing. It's like people were up Carl, too, for defending Aaron at first. And Carl gave him the benefit of the doubt. He didn't think that Aaron was getting divorced. He didn't think Aaron was in the trouble that he was in. And after it turns out all that stuff was true, Carl was like, well, I can't be friends with this guy exactly because he's just not into what I'm into. And
he wasn't even trying to burn the bridge with Aaron. He was just like, hey guy, you've got this madness going on, and you seem to be completely unaware. That's our buddy Aaron, Mr. Unaware.
Yep.
buffoon, but he doesn't deserve an entire community revolved around him. And then you look at the community that revolves around him, and it's like, it's so clear that, you know, what it is. It's a bunch of people more pathetic than John in their own lives, kind of circling around John because they need someone to point at and go, oh, that guy's a piece of shit.
Okay, we're done with the Kumia talk. I'm going to move on to the next clip. Let's see. On to the next one by Stallion19, talking about strip club cocaine and strip twister. He did not mean to let this strip twister reference drop.
Uh-oh.
Coltrane says, LOL, you learned how to take more bumps for real. Hey, wait a minute. No, not the, I took like 2 or 3 bumps. Well, no.
Another good pause, sorry.
He's the first man that I've known that's documented every single bump of cocaine that he took.
That's what I mean. Like, dude, either you did coke a few times or you didn't. Come on now. And he's trying to, like, minimize it because he's got an ex-wife that is going to take his children away, I think.
Oh. There was Nick's birthday last year. They kind of... You know, like when you want to go to bed, you know, you're drinking and it's like 2 a.m. and you're like, oh, it's 2 a.m. I'm tired. We were at a strip club and I was falling asleep at the table because I'd been drinking all night. It's 2 o'clock. It's time to go to bed. They gave me Coke. Like they took me in the back and they go, here, just do this. And I do it. And I'm like, oh, and it kept me awake. And it's like 3, 4 a.m. back at the hotel. I'm playing Twister. For Christ's sake, because it's stupid. I go back, and then I'm like, okay, I'm tired again. I'm getting sleepy. Here, do some more Coke. And that was the one night where
it doesn't last particularly long, but what a bump.
I did, oh, God, probably three, I would say a little more than bumps, but not quite lines. And that was rough. I didn't like that. When you're doing it.
I'm also just noticing something on his whiteboard here, 31 and 29, which he obviously took either the 4 or the 7 and just filled it in. It's a dry erase board. Dry erase that first number before. You don't need to transform it into a 9.
Yeah, good catch. What a dumb...
I love that.
Those are the little things that, just little things like that make me sigh, and my brain keeps track of it. I can't stand the pillow guy, and he needs to get rid of that stupid orange thing behind his head. I know he thinks it makes him look religious or whatever, but it's fucking annoying.
He loves that. You go back to the
He loves
shows,
his Halo.
Nat Clow has been dropping shows from when he was on regular radio, and I don't know if it was the exact one. That it had a different color. He loves that SS Minnow emblem with steel toe on it so much.
Yeah, no, he loves it, man. It's his favorite thing. I was reading that too. I agree with Cupcake.
Thank you, Cupcake. Member for 1 month. I hate how Aaron was a total coke fiend by doing coke 3 or 4 times. If you're doing coke, you do coke 3 or 4 times a night.
And at least, even like he was saying in this story, he did a bump at the strip club. They're probably about to give him another one during Nudie Twister. And he said it irritated his nostril. I know he didn't say it in those words, but that's what he just said. He doesn't like the drip. He doesn't like putting anything up his nose. I'd have had this fucking... Oh, I can't say what I want to say, but I would have turned him out too, just like I would have done April. I think that's what Nick was going for.
There on the drug talk.
I think I'm closer to being a Nick Rekieta than I am an Aaron Imholte. So I think Nick's a real degenerate. So like for real, like, you know, that's why he's got 5 fucking kids.
Stay up. That can suck. People love it though. People love doing coke to stay awake. I hated it. Like, to me, I just consider if I'm going like this, it means I drank too much. It's time to go to bed. I don't like the artificially staying awake, because then you're constantly thinking, what is going on in my body right now? My body wanted to shut down a little bit ago. This isn't good that it's up now. This is bad. My body was trying to tell me something, and I fed myself, drugs to trick it.
Don't drink coffee then. You're going to trick your body into thinking it is up and alert in the morning. Shit.
Yeah, I know. This from the guy who pounds energy drinks, Red Bulls, Celsius, fucking anything in a skinny can to make his hands look bigger.
Those energy drinks, they are not letting your body do naturally what it wants to do.
Like sleep.
Ooh, boy, that hairline right there is looking worse than usual.
It is. Somebody did a whole collage in the Discord. I think it might have been Honk or somebody. There was just 10 different ones of his widow's peak. Cut your hair shorter, Aaron. It'll look better. Quit trying to do this, whatever this is.
After that, it was just 2 other times, and it was just a bump each, and I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It sucks. No, I didn't say nude twister bird. Oh, God, it was strip twister, though, wasn't it?
Ew.
Oh, no wieners. There were no wieners. Right. Okay.
Too late.
Just driving more into the accident he doesn't want to do. It was not a strip twister with the 2 wives and 1 man at a time. It sounds like the entire couple was on there.
Yeah, I think all 4 of them were playing. Which, if you got the right people.
I'd rather go ladies and 1 gent at a time on this strip twister.
I agree with you. It can get a little too close for comfort.
Get a little hairy. It's okay to get a little hairy with 2 ladies, but not hairy with a gentleman there.
You know what? That was almost a year ago. That was December. Let's not go back to that. You know what? There's shame. I feel shame. Let's move on. Someone says only Nick and Aaron were playing. No. This is not going to this isn't going to help the gay rumors. I shouldn't have told that story. That's not what I meant though. Like it was supposed to be because there were girls that Bird Collector says you should feel shame. I do. Lost Teos says you was just putting on a show for the ladies. You can't help how gay it got. No.
Yeah,
Sam Show says
rumor.
The gay rumors. I think Aaron was trying to get ahead of those by accusing Nick Rekieta of being a little on the hetero flexible side by wanting to watch him and Kayla get nailed. Well, Rekieta, he has his own stories of gay Aaron. He's only alluded to him because he's been much smarter about this rather than getting into the itty-bitty details of why Rekieta's like, I think I might have been swinging with a gay man.
I'm pretty sure Nick called Aaron out for being somewhat foppish and homosexual. Personally, I think Nick and April were having way more fun than Aaron and Michaela. I think we mentioned before she kind of was more along the lines of taking one for the team. And Aaron fell in love with her. It was really strange. How do you fall in love with somebody else's wife? I mean, I can understand loving them, but
he's falling out of love with his own wife, and he's such a love bomber. He doesn't know where to go or be if he isn't hooked up with someone who they have intense emotions for. So he was setting up his next relationship with this married woman, while his own marriage was like, oh, well, the love's gone there. Oh, thank goodness I have this other married woman to love.
Same with the polycule. Once he was kicked out of the polycule, he ran to his neighbor's wife, I believe, and was doing karaoke and cuddling up to her. This guy cannot stand to be by himself. I don't know. This is the only time. This is the longest I've ever seen him be alone. Is when he does a 4-hour show, and I'm pretty sure his current girlfriend, Slam Bag, is over sitting on the other side of the room at this point.
Yeah, Slam, whatever. We do know her actual name now. I will. I'll let that one be. We've dropped it on other shows, but she's out. We know who Slam Piece is.
Actually, in fact, Citizen M, I think, just put out a video that is titled.
It's got her name there in the title.
The show. It's her show. Yeah, I'll leave it alone because I don't want to be picking on her too much. She didn't. The only mistake she made is getting involved with Aaron.
She's still making a bad choice. So good luck, Slam Piece.
Real quick, and speaking of, because I guess Grinch Girl is Matt's current girlfriend, and she was in chat via me, however you say that word I tried to use, defending him. Like, oh, he's a good boyfriend and all that. I was like, you are falling into the same fucking trap, you dumb broad. Don't engage. Stop engaging these people if you don't want to get clowned.
You got to go to church. What, you played Twister as an adult with another man? Let's just move on. It's just the story got away from me. It was all for entertainment. Somebody asked
Vietnamally.
That's
the word you were looking for. Thank you, A. Smith. Vietnamally. That's definitely how you say that word.
A question about cocaine, and I answered it, and I'm a piece. God damn it! Who started that? And I get a message from someone today.
All right, we actually spent quite a while on those first two clips. Let's see, where do we want to go now? Let's get in some goal talk. Let's make sure that we get in some goal talk. Doom recently released this one. This will probably take us to around the 2-hour mark, and we don't want to be here all day like Aaron does, because then you'll get tired of our asses. We want you wanting more.
Doom, your reputation precedes you. Wait till you crack and see what we do, you dweeb, you.
Let's get this taken care of. We need our wins. We're getting so close to being back to back.
He needs his wins. That is his sustenance for life, is wins. Really, let's go to our lawyer friend here to tell us what's going on.
Just take the loss, Mr. Toeman.
He won't take the loss, that Mr. Toeman. Oh, and they're here with his father-in-law's blue polo shirt. Once again, he loves this shirt.
Back to good here on Steel Toe after her little setback late summer. And I just want to keep this thing going the way it is. You know, so 150 away. Don't wait until the last 5 minutes, because that's just going to be panic attack time for me. That's usually when we fail and fucking stink. Throw in. If you got something, throw it in Super Chats. Throw it in Rumble. Throw it in PayPal. Throw it Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. Just, if you got something for Steel Toe, throw it at us. We'd appreciate it.
Very similar to how we started with Gino talking like this. It's like poetry. It rhymes. Throw it at us. A very sexual term of giving you money to throw it into you.
J. Brock Contrarian says, I get sentimental on pain meds. Have I told the chat how much I love y'all? No, but you can show me.
You could
through
tell us with money.
donations. Yeah. Show us how much you love the chat.
I want to see your sentimentalness.
Yeah, I'd love to see how much.
Are they asking to see his boner? Show us how much you love the chat. I want to see how much you love me. Very much like that Death of a Salesman episode of Tales from the Crypt. I don't know if you got there, but oh boy.
I like that one.
Yeah, that one is eerie as fuck.
Real quick, they're doing this type of thing again, where it's like, just give Gino, Aaron did it, Joey C was doing it the other day, where it's like, I just want you just got to give me show me some love, show me some respect. Like, they're equating these other things with super chats and donations. Stop that. Money doesn't equal success. I mean, it kind of does, but you can be successful without being so pushy for people giving you the money. It'll
on this format
just be the thing.
Yeah. On this format, it doesn't necessarily equate. Where, as we've seen Aaron talk about before, well, I didn't hit the goal, so obviously I did a shitty show. When that's not the case, I do a much better job covering TikTok than Coop Noop does. But he played the algorithm much better, and he's got tens of thousands of people watching him with his absolutely adding fucking nothingness to it. I might return to Coop Noop. That was a bunch of fucking nothing of someone doing something similar that I'm doing.
Dude, that was so funny yesterday too. You had me dying. There was some dude was adding nothing, and you picking up on that and then expanding upon it was so funny to me. I really enjoyed
when he
yesterday's
was
show.
watching two of the exact same videos in a row. Like, that would work if you were adding something to that Coop Noop, but you absolutely weren't. Oh yes, Brittany Martini. She remembers the death of some salesman with Tim Curry playing 3 different roles.
I love
really
Tim Curry.
eerie fucking episode. And it starts out with titties. So check out that uncensored episode of Tales from the Crypt. They waste no time. Actually, I think at some point we'll have to return the other seasons. If I remember correctly, watching season 5, there is a bunch of gratuitous boobies there, where other seasons, they were spotted here and there, but nice amount of gratuitous boobies on Tales from the Crypt season 5.
Was that a Friday night show or a Saturday night show?
I think that it was a Sunday night. HBO, they
You're right.
debuted their new block of things on Sunday nights that ran through The Sopranos. I think it started as well when they started getting the original content back in Tales from the Crypt. The Gary Shandling show. No, that was Showtime.
I remember Gary Shandling show though too. Great theme song.
This is the theme to Gary's show. This is the theme to Gary's show. How do you like it so far? I'm almost halfway done. Wonderful theme. Up there with the Danny Elfman theme of Tales from the Crypt. Absolutely on fire, those late 80s themes.
Dude, Danny Elfman's a genius. But I gotta stop there because I'll talk about that dude all night.
Yep, another rabbit hole we could get into.
Much sentiment you
Represented by every fucking dollar you throw at us.
Right. That's
Yep.
what I'd like.
Uh-huh.
All right, we got a couple of stories here that we can get to. Well, we have one more story we can get to tonight. Matt and I might be done here in about 10 minutes. Unless you guys can rally it up real nice for us, and then it's gonna set me back $150, which is always nice. All right, guys. We got to get more.
Fun little transition there of all right, guys. Very
He's
well
trying
done,
to pick up the energy. He does this often, where he makes himself seem financially more stable than he is. What is he paying himself out of Steel Toe Inc? I have no idea. But whatever he's paying himself, it's more than he can let the business make. Because he has to take money out of his personal accounts and then put it back into the show. Dude, this guy is never going to get anywhere financially.
Opening up the books would be fun. I don't believe he's going to do that, because then we get to see the frivolous things the goal pays for.
Yeah, is he itemizing every Red Bull? I don't know.
Moving. We got 6 minutes left. We need to make $150. We're going to sit here for the next 6 minutes. We hope you guys go on a rally, and if you do, we'll give you another 30 minutes of overtime. If not, I'll leave quietly. I'll slink away, lick my fucking wounds, and try again tomorrow and hope that, we can see brighter days for this little steel toe invention that we do.
This is becoming more regular of us seeing him just very defeated because his self-worth is just gone. I thought that we had a great show, but we're $150 away, showing that I am not worth anything. Ugh.
It's like a bad day ruins his whole life. He can't. Oh man, everything didn't go the way I expected it today. I must be the biggest fucking shithead. A, you're not going to guilt me into giving you money. You are the biggest shithead. And B, that's not how you judge your own self-worth, dork. Jeez. I think he has no other skills. Like no other.
What skills?
No other skills. Like this is it. Like, same with Gino. I only talk into a microphone. It's like, dude, learn to do something else.
Go greet people at the Walmart. If you got no skills, you can go greet people.
Gino would be a great Walmart greeter. I think he would be very enthusiastic about it.
I agree. Gino would get that job done much better than Aaron Imholte. He would get those customers in a much better mood as long as he doesn't stray too far away from the script.
PayPal, Venmo. It's been a fun show tonight. Like, if we lose, this will be our biggest loss in a long time. If we do lose, it's been a fun show. We've had a great time. I don't want to lose. Losing terrifies me. It stresses me out. It also means a full goal tomorrow, which also stresses me out.
Quit telling people.
We're on the same idea there of telling the trolls exactly what flips you out. Good idea.
Yep, that was. We both had that thought.
We were both jumping on that same thought. And before we get too far away from the Tales from the Crypt talk, we will be talking about that soon. Maybe next week, maybe the week after, a Tales from the Crypt ranking the season 1 episodes. I totally watched that as a kid too. I was able to talk my parents into me loving the puppet so much to let me in the room at the beginning and end of each episode. And sometimes I'll be able to sneak in and see some of the gore when I wasn't supposed to, but I loved that fucking puppet, even as a 4-year-old.
Dude, it was so good. I'm stuttering again. Jim Henson levels of greatness with the Crypt Keeper.
Terrifies me. It's the number one thing I think of when I wake up in the morning is, how am I going to keep these guys around? And, I've lost everybody from Steel Toe. We've just run out of money to pay everybody. Well, not everybody. Some people the leaving was a little different. But I don't want to lose everybody, man. I want to keep this show going. I hope that you guys feel like it's been good enough.
Keep the show going 2 to 3 days a week while you pay the bills with your, I think he could change tires and oil there in Walmart. Gino the greeter, get back to your steel toe roots of working on cars there in the Walmart tire department.
Oh yeah, they do tire rotations, oil changes. It's all light work. Has Aaron ever wrenched on a car before? Does he know how to change an oil filter?
For you to throw us a few bucks. We're in a tedious spot right now. I think if we keep winning for a couple more weeks, we can keep this boat afloat. The losses. Yeah, Chad Buzmak says, goddamn, it's just sad now. Oh, dude, for sure. It's 100%. It's not sad now. It's been sad, man. Like I said, I think about this all the time. And by the way, Lions Den, like, you can just go, buddy. Like, you don't like it.
I'm not banning anybody. You can go.
I've never changed my oil, but I have changed a tire. So I am like 50% man in that. I hope I don't have that over someone claiming to represent the steel toe of blue-collar workers.
Yeah, I know. And changing oil isn't too difficult. It's the oil disposal is going to be any regular person's issue. You just can't chuck old oil out. But it's
Yeah, I
not.
remember my dad taking it to the deposit downtown Westminster. Yeah, do not just throw that somewhere.
Can't pour it in the ground. Oops.
Time. And by the way, Lions Den, like you can just go, buddy. Like you don't like us. You're not a fan. You just all you do is just shit on us constantly. It's like there's 900 places on the internet to go to do that. So I'll cut you loose and you'll be happy.
900? Oh, good. There's 900 places on the internet. I would have guessed tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of places on the internet. But thank you. I was way overblown on that number. Only 900 places to go.
Happier for it. So yeah. MSO says learn a trade. Yeah, I don't want to stop doing my show. I'm sorry. I know it's probably pathetic. It's probably awful, but I love
Ding, 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 ding. Right answer. You just want to do this. It is pathetic and it is awful. It is time for you to steer into that thought. We've got 7 more minutes.
Facepalm. Yeah, I just went like, no. He doesn't want to work a job. That's it. He just said it. He can't keep the show going. He wants your money to keep his show going, but he won't take any financial responsibility for it. This is your business, dude. You have to put your money into it, not ours. If you fail with my money, I'm going to come kick your ass. You know what I mean? Like if I was like an actual stockholder or something, if I found out what he was doing, out. We got to get a board of trustees for Aaron.
Sorry, I know it's probably pathetic. It's probably awful, but I love doing my show and I want to keep it on the air. And for 4 years,
He says he loves doing his show, but his actions speak different. He loves getting paid for his show, very much like Darkside Phil does not like video games. He loves winning at video games.
I know that sentiment too. I used to be a teenager, young kid, and that was it. I would be playing like Madden or something, even against the computer. If I started losing too bad, I would just hit reset because I didn't want to take the loss. Learn to accept rejection, learn to accept failure, and you will be much more successful at life.
Being in radio, that's something he should have gotten used to as well. Anything with an audition, trying to be an actor out Los Angeles. I got rejected quite regularly. When I was accepted, it was absolutely fantastic. The same, actually, he's told us at least 3 times over the past couple of years, he was up for a radio gig and then got rejected. You should be used to that by now. It's just a business where rejection is part of your everyday struggles.
That's what I mean. And I don't even think it was 3 different gigs. I think he was trying for the same gig 3 times. I wonder if he went to broadcasting school or not. I'm pretty sure he did. And right out of broadcasting school, he got his radio job. So, in his mind, I think he thinks that he was on the path. This is my path, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes the money don't make heart, heart don't make money, dude. To quote some guy I don't like that much. No, I'm kidding. Sometimes your heart cuts a fart. Old Tenacious D song. Cosmic shame, dude. It happens to a lot of people. You don't make it. We all don't make it, man. Just be happy with who you are. A bit.
we've been able to keep it on the air through listener donations. So I'm hoping we can keep it that way now. So throw it at us, guys. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We officially have 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes left, and I know we got a lot of people shitting on us right now and a lot of people celebrating and dancing. That's great. It's not a good time for me. I don't like being $150 away. If you're feeling generous, you got to do it now. We need big chunk plays, and we need them now. It sucks because it's a good show tonight. I know it is.
Yeah.
I know we did well, but it's a bad night. If the money doesn't come,
The money didn't come. Therefore, it was not a good show. You know how this works, Aaron. That's what you've been telling us for quite a while there.
What, this guy?
a bad night, no matter how good the show is, and it just makes you feel like maybe I should have taken the night off and enjoyed myself and just ate the extra money.
He just said he loves doing this, and now he's like, I could have enjoyed myself. I could have not been here and actually enjoyed myself. Contradicting himself within minutes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, when he hits the goal early, he'll cut the show early, too. He's done that before. Somebody paid the goal early in the morning, and he right then contemplated, should we even do a show now? We made the goal. Fuck it. dude, you're getting paid to do the show. If you hit the goal early, do a better show. You owe a good show.
Last
Do
week's
it.
episode where he hit that goal early and then went right to begging for tomorrow's goal. We hit the goal
quad.
twice. Let's hit it 3 times. Oh, we hit it 4 times. That's just the pattern that his mind is on of going back to the goal even when it has been met.
He's so ingrained in taking a break every 15 minutes or so to push the goal. He's trained himself to have a certain response to all of this. And if he doesn't, mention the goal every so often, he feels like no more money's going to come in.
Like muscle
He's trained
memory.
himself.
Right. He's trained himself. It's verbal memory that, okay, and now back to the goal. He's trained himself to just goal it up, even when it's wildly unnecessary.
He's stuck in a really strange loop with it. It's kind of disturbing almost.
So, if you could throw in, guys, this is just basically begging for pity donations at this point. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. We got 3 minutes. I'm sorry, 3 minutes left.
Nah.
Not 4 minutes. Not 2 minutes. Oh no, I did say 4 minutes. So yeah, it would be 3 minutes left.
You're counting down right now.
Yeah, nothing's come in for the rally yet. Wow, we are.
Time runs different on planet Imholte. It's a different gravity, so therefore time runs differently there. He's still trying to make that conversion between Earth time and Imholte planet time.
Are mega fucked tonight. Oh, this really sucks. Guys, drop in something big. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats.
Drop in something big. 8 inches or more, or like 6 inches or more. Is that big to you, sir? How big was Ricada? How much did he work out that back hole of yours?
I that's a good question. I wonder if he was intimidated by Nick Ricada in any way.
Oh, I'm just drenched right now. This is ugly. We got 3 minutes left, and we're really hoping you can come up big for us tonight. We're really hoping you guys can support the show. We're really hoping you guys can come up with something for us. Just throw in. I mean, now it's just on deaf ears. There's nothing coming in, so I don't.
Well, now that we're on cock talk, A. Smith, I will bet you that Nick is thicker. Aaron, it's been established through April that he doesn't know how to use it. I kind of think he might be one of those long, thin-dicked fellas. He might actually have Ricada in length, but that girthiness of Ricada really puts him over the top.
Yeah. So in Aaron's case, I remember him talking about the national average size, and it's like 6 inches is like everybody's like, that's like the, if you're at 6, you're dead normal. That's basically where I am, like 6 and a bit. And I'm 5'10". Aaron claims to be 6'4". So unfortunately, I don't think he's doing too well. He's very tall and lanky. So just on assumption, I agree with you.
I don't want to keep repeating myself.
Too late.
2.5 minutes left to go. $150 away. God, this must have really not been a very good show
I
tonight.
thought it was a great fucking show.
I can only judge these shows by the money. I mean, it's all I can afford to do anymore. I can only judge them by the money. I can't judge them by great show. Great show doesn't pay you guys. Great show doesn't pay the taxes or, sign my paycheck. That's for sure. Only the money does. So your efforts feel futile when it gets down to this. All right. Well, everybody will have a lot of great content about, what fucking failures we are. Thank you, Tridio, for the 5 gifted memberships over on YouTube. That puts us at 140. We need something big. We need a big hero. We need a giant drop.
He needs something big. So his wang will not do it. All that cock talk did remind me of a TikTok video that someone sent me over here, taking a little bit of a divergence from what Aaron's talking about to the average. Why the fuck am I even doing this? Just makes me laugh.
Go for it, man.
The average dong size, 5.17 inches, according to this man.
7 inches long. 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So we multiply that by 12 to get 63,360 inches. So we take that number and we divide it by dong. and we get 12,255.3191 dongs per mile.
I just find this very fascinating that in a mile there are 12,000 dongs.
3191 dongs
Average
per
ones.
mile. So the circumference of Earth is 24,901.461 miles. So we multiply that by dongs per mile for a grand total of 305,175,351 dongs to go around Earth. But we're not just done
Oh, that's a lot of cock to go around the world.
there. You're probably asking yourself, how many dongs is the average man? Well, the average man is 5 feet 7.5 inches. So some quick math is 67.5 inches. So we divide that again by dong, and we get 13.0560928 dongs tall.
Wow.
So that was a little dong talk that reminded me. What we were talking about reminded me of that.
Dude, I
5,000 dongs to get around the world.
that's crazy. I know it's a joke, but when I start watching people do math, I immediately, my brain shifts into like, wow, this is really fascinating. I'm about 13 dongs tall. Good to know.
But we need it now. We are 2 minutes away from complete and total failure tonight. And as far as 140 goes, that's a big hit. Aaron, if you would stop eating money, you would have some. Thank you. Chad Buzamak says, let's do OT on credit and get it. I would if it was about 100 or something like that, but 140, we ain't making it. We ain't getting it. And I'm just wasting a half hour that I can, spend doing something else and just trying to take my mind off the fact that this tonight's been a fucking disaster. All right, guys, a minute and change left. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chat.
Matt picking his ear. That is another just sidetrack that got me very fascinated.
All right, guys, a minute and change left. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. I'm just going to kind of hang out here until our minute runs up and I can go. Thank you very much, Von Kaiser, for the $25. That's fucking great of you, man. I really appreciate it. Von Kaiser, thank you for answering the call. Listeners like you are the only reason this thing's going to survive in whatever way it can, because that...
Or a part-time job could help this survive.
I mean, we need that kind of
each his
shit
own.
to knock down a goal this big. Silver Wolf with $10. Thank you. That's going to take us to 105. Honestly, guys, you get us inside of 80. I'll fucking beg for money for an extra.
Thank you, Mr. Blue Sky. I'm going to go check out that YouTuber and see if he has some ball math for us.
Yeah,
Extra half hour.
That's too funny.
We are fighting for our right to live, to exist. We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight.
Oh, nice Independence Day. Going down that rabbit hole.
We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. So we're missing by 105, what is it? 105, I believe. Yeah, 105. Yeah, Chad Buzmak says close enough to OT. No, 105. We're not going to make it. I mean, at 105. All right, we got 20 seconds left.
I thought that another $5 would get you overtime on credit. Now we're not going to make it. You're throwing in the towel already?
If you guys can throw in a little bit more, if we can find a little more generosity, a reason to keep going for a half hour, we will do it. But right now, it looks like... wait, did Von Kaiser do that 25? Yeah, he just did that a little bit ago. All right. Well, guys.
Oh, getting himself so excited. Is that 225s? Oh, no, it's only 120.
It's just the one.
We didn't make it tonight. We lost by $105. If you're watching this later, if you can find it in your heart to throw us a couple bucks, I know this is brutal. I know people are going to make fun of us. I know this is going to get clipped to death. And I really do hate that part. It's humiliating. I don't like coming on here and humiliating myself. It sucks. But 105
Calling Doom's shot. Getting clipped to death.
away. If you can find it in your heart to throw in a little bit later on tonight, if you're watching later, we'd appreciate it. Thank you, Funeral Director, for the $20 on the Super Chat end of things. We'll take 15 of that. We'll call it a $90 loss this evening. Thank you. We'll hit refresh one more time to see if there's any hope. Nope. No hope. Skeezy Whitefish says on the bright side.
That last-minute refresh. Come on, be there. Be there. It's not there.
Yeah, no, it's a very dark side, Phil.
You have an
Anybody
extra
give me any
half
money?
hour
Is
money.
the money there? Is it there?
to finish the merch store. I'm not going to feel like doing anything steel toe related tonight.
No.
That sucks. That eats a fucking dick. If somebody puts it under $80 here in the next couple seconds while I do this final wrap.
This last minute, his voice has deteriorated into just fucking hopelessness. It's just more and more of self-loathing.
I wonder if it's like, does he end the show after this and then talks to Matt like, hey man, what's going on? You know, blah, blah, blah. Like, is he trying to be like, oh, all right. I can't think of the word I want to use, but like, he's like, yeah, we didn't do great. But then as soon as he shuts the mic off, that's all disingenuous. He's like, yeah, fuck these fucking people. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's trying to
good
guilt.
question, because he's putting it on more and more. This act that he's doing, it's getting so hyperbolic that you're like, he has to be aware. So that is a good question of if this voice comes off once the show is off.
Right. Like, is he trying to milk it and be this way to get sympathy, Dono? And the second it's over, it's like, these fucking people. You know, I don't know. This guy's a character, and I can't... He's mostly figured out, but some of it I don't know.
Here, I'll give OT a shot. But if we didn't knock out 150 in that time, we're not going to knock out 90 in a half hour
That's
of
a
overtime.
hard one.
That's for sure. Yeah, and people who hate us just brush up on the resume and everything. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, guys. You guys are going to get your wish eventually. We're hanging on by the skin of our teeth right now. That's for sure. All right, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow. If you hate us, enjoy clipping it. I guess you guys can stay up all night talking about how fucking awful we are. Mad Move. Yeah, learn to code. I know. I know. Don't worry. You'll be rid of me soon. You'll get your you guys will get your wish. Take it easy. Matt, we'll see you tomorrow.
Back to the we'll be gone soon because we're not being supported. This is his go-to as of late. Not even like I'm going to go do voiceover work. Just with this support, we're going to be gone. Goodbye.
See, and that's the thing. Like, he's everything is taken care of as far as we all know. You know, his house is being paid for. He doesn't use the show to pay his rent. He doesn't use the show to pay child support. He doesn't use the show to pay truck payments. Because every time I've harassed him about his expenses versus what he brings in, he gets upset and says that the show doesn't do that. It's remarkably untrue. So he's struggling hard, but is trying to not take any dings to his ego, but needs to struggle in order to ask for money. I don't know, man. We need to see his books, and somebody needs to adjust his budget for him.
Stelio pointing out he can't afford to stream for free. Like Darkside Phil and his monthly finances of over $9,000 when he went into bankruptcy court. Darkside Phil's lucky he had a judge who didn't know a fucking thing about internet to be like, $9,000 a month spent on streaming video games? Okay. Bankruptcy complete.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Oh, man, I wish I should have fucked my finances up and did bankruptcy.
Only with a judge that doesn't know what the fuck was going on. That was that was very risky for him to just outright falsify his financials to get that bankruptcy into effect.
Later.
Bye, everybody.
Hit the like button.
Oh, okay. That's Doom's
that's not the
outro.
one.
I saw there was
was
another
waiting.
20 seconds. I thought that it was going to be more stuff.
I like the Elisa Giordano one too, where it says hit the like button and it's her smacking dude in the face. Yeah, that's such a great little.
Oh yeah,
clip.
let's stick with this a little longer. See if that's included in this.
No, I think he switched that one. Doo-doo.
And
That's the new one. Is the high five.
What's his name? Charlie Moist Critical did not show that actual smack because he was afraid of YouTube. I let that roll on my episode, and it's at the end of a lot of Dooms. That fuck.
Too good.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck you, Doom.
Goodbye. I'll do it like that show. Goodbye.
Shut up, Doom.
Doom, cool it.
Oh, he's getting a lot of drops. I do believe that "fuck you, Doom" was Joey C, who you recently talked about with Honk the Clown. He's got all types of people telling him to fuck off.
Yeah, no, he's another one. So many people have reached out to like, hey, Joey, maybe you should try this or that. And he just responds with a big old double gun, fuck you kind of thing. And so, I'll goof on Joey. He's not a bad guy. He's just a goofball. I don't hate anybody really, except maybe I don't even hate Aaron. I just have a strong dislike for his attitude. Everybody
He's
else
easy to goof on.
Right. That too. This is easy mode, man. We know it.
Doom, I've also seen get a reaction out of Earl Skakel. I guess he didn't get enough scathing. Skakel was having enough of Doom's shenanigans, but I guess he didn't get a solid enough drop from him to include it in the end there.
Yeah, Earl does his best to stay dabble adjacent. Speaking of, I was just hanging out in Earl's chat, and somebody kept I forget what it was, but we kept bringing up something. He's like, I don't want to talk about that. The next person who says this, I'm just going to end the stream. And it was one of the regulars, too. He was just like, it was Ray DeVito. And so we started bringing up, like, other DeVitos to be silly in the chat. And we were like, oh, yeah, what about Joe DeVito? And he's like, if somebody says DeVito in the chat one more time, I'm going to end it. And he did. Somebody said it, and he's like, that's it. Big Daddy's got to end it. And he ends the stream. He's like, I got to show you guys. Yeah,
I was getting Earl quite annoyed with ropey loads when we first started dropping those loads. It's been a while since I tuned into Skakel. Doing out there in Los Angeles the stand-up
That's
thing.
the issue I have. He's like late usually, and he was doing walks and talks too, so you get to see a little bit of West Hollywood and what was where, and I thought that was pretty fun. I like his channel a lot. It's not highly entertaining, I would say. It's good.
It's a hang
it's
stream.
Right, yeah.
OJ, Obnoxious John, does a hang stream, as does Earl Skakel, and we are starting to wrap up now. We had Gino might be our spinoff when we've had enough of beating the Aaron dead horse, because I was definitely fascinated by that. I mentioned also another lolcow open mic comedian. I'm interested, seeing if there's enough there on the Los Angeles scene to cover as well. Possibly next week with the Tales from the Crypt Talk. Would you be ready for a Tales from the Crypt Talk next week?
Sure. Next Wednesday?
Let me check with Nimrob. I do believe 2K, I've got to send him a message, is on deck for a Chatting with Beloved Chatters next week, and get in some Tales from the Crypt Talk to try to go fishing for some views there. And that's what's coming up. Tomorrow, a members-only stream, the second playthrough gameplay of Outer Worlds, which we'll be covering on What's This Game with Annie O'Ryan. TikTok around the clock as usual. I might put that show off if I do an chatting with. It takes a long time to put those together, and having less than 100 people watch it is like, come on, that Coop Noob put no effort whatsoever into his. Well, I guess so, but I think I found my enemy with the latest co-host audition of Coop Noob.
Yeah, no, you're doing that way better far better than he is. And your commentary over his was good. So if you do a co-host audition number 2, I'm pretty sure we're all going to love that. And that's my favorite one that you do is the TikTok stuff, because I'm not downloading that fucking app. I'm already mad at other people in my life for making me watch YouTube shorts. Those things they're addictive. And there's this one guy, his name is Huddy Bistro. It's not, you can type HUDDY Bistro. And it's one guy, he does all the restaurant characters, like the waitresses and the wait staff, front of house, back of house customers. And it's so spot on. If you've ever worked in a kitchen, this guy gets it. And I really enjoy, the 1 minute bursts of comedy from that. So, and I also agree with Sammy.
Sam
Jason
Bibley
Sweetie.
asking of the Tales from the Crypt, we are going to rank Season 1. So next week, we will be ranking Season 1 of Tales from the Crypt. I need to reach out to another creator of introducing them to Tales from the Crypt as well. I'm bad at booking. I'm so shitty at booking. I feel like I'm bothering folks when really people like being on shows. I need to go and bother folks a little more to do some collaborations.
Yeah, especially around Spurgtopia, there'll be people who want to talk shit. You know, it's like you said though, trying to get them on the show and get them on mic might be a little difficult.
And any plugs for your channel, Spurg Snake's Secret Stash? What have you got coming up?
Sunday night I did Feud again, so I might put a poll up to see if we do Family Feud or Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy, or I'll just ask around. Show with you next week, and maybe a music stream sometime this week. What's tomorrow? Oh, you got Outer Worlds, so I already did one space song thing. Maybe I do some more cowboy songs. Who knows? But yeah, be careful running around in that game because you will just run straight into trouble.
Brittany
Especially
Martini
early on.
has brought up the Christmas episode of Tales from the Crypt a few times, and that one definitely will be covered. There's one other episode, little spoilers to where it ends up. That's definitely probably number 1 or number 2. There's one other episode to me that might edge it out, and that was actually in the original movie. We'll talk about the original movie a little bit next week as well. I don't know if anyone knows about the 60s European Tales from the Crypt movie, but I think there was 5 different sketches which did get inserted into the show, including the Christmas episode, which they kicked off with.
Yeah, I did not know there was a movie from the 60s. I do know of the Tales from the Crypt, like, serial. It wasn't I reluctantly will call it a comic book, but it was more, you know,
EC Comics,
kind of...
and you see at the beginning of every episode, sometimes it was a terror Vault of Terror, sometimes it was Tales from the Crypt, all under the EC Comics. Those different horror comics were put under, that they then made into a bunch of fun episodes.
Pulp
And
magazines,
a couple of
that's what I was
shitty
looking
episodes. The bad episodes were actually few and far between. Creepshow, of course, did come before, and they tried to make that a comic book movie, both with like making the shots look like the panels, both in color, whereas Tales from the Crypt shot it like a horror film, and fun little difference there. Very similar, but different in the way they shot it, to be like, we're bringing a comic book to life there in the Creepshow movie.
Right. Similar to Sin City, how they kind of wanted it to look comic booky and cell shaded. Creepshow was great too. That was another one. I have a quick question. Do you remember Tales from the Dark Side?
Yes, Tales from the Dark Side was both a series, and the movie is the spiritual successor, Creepshow 3. A lot of the same people worked on it, and basically the Tales from the Dark Side movie, actually the cat sketch, I believe, was going to be in Creepshow 2, and it got pushed off to the Tales from the Dark Side movie.
Oh, no shit. Wow, man. I remember the Tales from the Dark Side theme too being extra creepy when I was a kid. It was one
they
of
made
those,
a movie
like, just
out
a
of
piano.
it. I don't know if the movie people were involved with the show, but the Tales from the Dark Side, unofficially Creepshow 3.
Nice.
Anna Nicole Smith's husband was great in that show. That old man with the cat.
Wow, that was another one of those things from the 90s where everybody was just like, what the fuck?
But yeah, that's what we will be talking about next week, either Wednesday or Thursday. I need to check with our buddy Nimrob and 2K for when they are available for chatting with. And, yes, also I'll be on the Cut of the Jib channel coming up soon, checking out Maniac Cop 3. I have not seen Maniac Cop 1 or 2, but I did see number 3 with no sound in a bar one night. And I was like, I need to check this shit out.
I know. I love that. They'll just have the volume all the way down and just whatever playing at the bar sometimes.
Oh, did I get demonetized again? Son of a bitch. I will have to check that out, Deadpool. I did get demonetized for a day because of some just missing out on filling out some
Bureaucracy,
paperwork. but I will double check that, see if I have violated what YouTube has put forth. To my knowledge, I was still monetized, but got to check my email. Maybe I've done something else bad again. Oh, I bet I need to turn it back on. I bet I just need to turn that super chat button back on. I bet it got turned off and it got turned back. I need to turn it back on again. Just a simple click from me. Thank you, Deadfool, for wanting
paying
to
attention. Yeah,
wanting to support this show financially, and I will double check that. I think that it's just a click on my part. We should be back to monetize again, and unless there's something that YouTube really doesn't like. So I'll look into that. Thanks for letting me know, Deadfool. It should be back. Okay, Mark Bass can still gift memberships, so that I just need to click the on button again. It got turned off. So
Tiff
that
with
was
3
the
Fs. Hey, Tiff.
that was the
Sorry.
Happy Talk portion of the show. Thank you all for joining. Now feel free to go away.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. It's fun being with friends. I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye for now.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day.
Places all. All join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LS, MFT. Elementary corners like swinging on a gate. To right, dear honey, with the right left date. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girl. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LS, MFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a lucky strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a lucky strike.